All right, there we go.
All right. Hello and welcome. Thank you for your patience as we were figuring this out. Thank you for joining us tonight. For those individuals that are online or are watching this via our YouTube channel. So tonight we will be focusing on MSAD's middle school and high school programs. We have two wonderful staff here tonight, Laura and Lisa. They will be explaining more about the background, their roles, what programs we offer here at the school. So thank you so much and enjoy.
Okay, hello everyone. I am Laura SkyQuest, and this is my signed name. I am currently the ASL specialist, plus I teach high school classes, a variety of them. And I have been in Deaf Ed for over 10 years. I've worked at a variety of deaf schools. This is my fifth year, at MSAD. Lisa?
Hi, everyone. My name is Lisa Wazalowski, and this is my sign name. I am a school counselor, and I have been at MSAD for almost 15, 16 years. I don't know. I can't count anymore. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing I'm not a math teacher. So yeah, we're ready to go ahead and get started.
Okay. So to summarize what we're going to cover tonight, we'll click on the next PowerPoint slide.
There we go. Oh my goodness.
Oop.
It's not happy with me right now.
It went fast forward a little bit. Okay, so the agenda for this evening will focus on what courses we have to offer, what extracurricular activities that we offer outside of the classroom. We will discuss why, come to MSAD. Why is this a good place for students to attend? And we'll also talk about what other services that we provide, support services, and what have you. It seems our slides are not cooperating with us, so.
It seems to be the theme of the night.
A lot of universal energy happening this weekend, so. So the different courses that we offer, I will go ahead and talk about that first. We offer a variety of courses. Here we go. So what you can take a look at the slide right there. We offer math, science, social studies, writing, English, a lot of electives to choose from as well. So you can take a look at that slide. The electives that we offer are mostly hands-on activities, broadcasting, art, health, exercise, weightlifting. We have an international studies, and that actually goes with our trip that we take every 2 years. We also offer work experience for students who are interested. We encourage them to gain those job readiness skills for their transition into real life. Also, we partner with Faribault High School. We offer classes that we may not be able to have if students are excited. Maybe some students will go and take an advanced art class or a business class, a childcare class. They can take different electives at the middle school as well. Oh yeah, PSEO as well. PSEO students, they can earn college credits as well and get ready for those who are interested in going to college. Also, if there are any questions or you can feel free to interrupt us anytime or hold to the end. It is definitely up to you. So the next slide talks about our after school activities that we offer, extracurriculars, other things that students can participate in outside of the classroom.
There we go.
Okay, so of course, everyone loves sports. So we have sports programs. We have football, basketball, cheerleading, track and field. We also do have sports programs for elementary students, but for middle school and high school, this is what we are focusing on. That's what we offer. We also have the option to co-op sports. So if a student really wants to be involved in hockey or baseball or swimming, perhaps anything that we don't offer, we have other schools in the Faribault area that we can co-op with, and the student can join their team if they're really motivated or really into those other sports that we may not offer. And you might be wondering, we have academic competitions. Often we compete with other deaf schools in different academic competitions. Something that's new is we play Kahoot, and then you kind of move up and we have tournaments in that way. We do social studies, current events, pop culture, math, all of those themes are involved in those Kahoot tournaments. And some of our students got into the final top 16 this year, which is really good. And then GPSD is a triathlon. GPSD means the Great Plains School for the Deaf. So that means that's the Midwest states, which include Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Wisconsin, Iowa, those different states in the Midwest, and we compete against each other, including academic bowl. We have quiz bowls. Maybe some of you can know what quiz bowl is. We also include ASL competitions, poetry, storytelling, hand shapes, and oratorical competitions as well. And the points get tallied up, and it's a really neat situation. Academic bowl, we compete. Our team right now actually is going to the national competition in Washington, D.C. this weekend. So good luck with that.
Yeah.
And for middle school, we have two. We have one that's called Battle of the Books, where students read books, an assigned book, and they have to answer questions related to that book, and they get points that are tallied up, and they move up in that way. I forget, ours is blue or buff teams. I think it's buff, yeah. And there's 3 different categories based on their reading level. So our buff team right now is in the DC competition for the national championship for the first time. The students really enjoy these extracurricular activities. At RIT and Rochester Institute of Technology, their math competition, they hold that every year as well. There are lots of other activities that students can be involved in. We have drama, we have student body government, we have junior NAD. It's a lot of community service involvement, learning more about deaf organizations, self-advocacy, international travel, the biannual trip that we have. This summer, we will go to Costa Rica, and the students are very much looking forward to that. We also have National Honor Society, where we recognize students and their academic standing, their achievements, their community service, their leadership skills. There are some pictures of our students doing different activities with their classes and competitions, reading stories to our elementary students, work experience, building projects. I think that picture is of a bridge being built, a replica of a bridge, perhaps, for a design class.
And the bottom right corner, that is Battle of the Books competition.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll turn it over to you, Lisa.
All right. Hello, everyone. So I am part of the department that is called Student Support Services. That includes all related services that support students and their IEP needs that are identified. So what do we offer at MSAD? We have ASL services, which is Laura, who provides those services. We have audiology services, OT and PT, and those are for students who need to work on their physical skills, balance, fine motor, sensory, etc. We do outreach evaluations, which are done by our school psychologists. And those are to qualify students for IEP services. We also have O&M, that is for students who need work using a cane for students who are deaf blind. And those services are provided on both the deaf school and the blind school campuses. We have psychological services, school social work services. We have a social worker on staff who's amazing. School counseling, which I will talk more about in a bit. We have speech language services. We have 2 staff. So not only working on spoken English articulation, but also language as well for writing and things like that, reading and writing both. We have transition evaluations so we can prepare our students for their future and to be ready for that. That begins at age 14. We have nursing services. We have interpreting services. 2 of our interpreters are voicing for us tonight. We also have VONA Center for Mental Health. That is a partnership that provides specialized mental health therapy as needed. So when we identify a need, we refer the students to VONA and we work with them. And so it's great to have their services on our campus. So that in a nutshell is student support services. So as part of the mental health team, we have school social work, school psychologists, and then also counselors. So there's a group of 5 of us in that department, and I'll talk a little bit more about what we provide in school counseling services. So we advocate for our students and their needs. We provide individual and group counseling, both IEP and short-term as needed. So they may not have a need for the IP for that service to be added to their IP. It may be for handling a short-term situation, and we can provide that. We also teach social emotional learning skills. We use a curriculum called Second Step, and there's 4 skills that are taught within that. Skills for learning, emotional management, empathy, and problem-solving skills. So those are encompassed in our SEL instruction that we use with our students K through 8. In the high school, we have special topic workshops that can be about different topics. Sometimes there may be a hot issue like vaping. We'll host workshops and we'll talk about why activities like that aren't safe. We also have other activities that we do. We make sure we provide information to our students. For example, this month we're talking about mental health and how to maintain good mental health. That's an example of one of the special topics that we host workshops on for our students. We consult with teachers and staff to support students with ideas. We provide trainings. There's different consulting reasons that maybe happen. And no 2 groups are the same. There's always a variety of needs that need to be met. We also provide transition planning. And that's not only, from school to work, but also school to college planning. We also support students if they feel that they're not ready. We do have an additional program, which is our 18 to 21-year-old program, which will be covered in next week's open house. We also provide staff training on a variety of topics. Most recently, we provided training about social emotional learning at home. And we looked at that with an application as well as positive behavior interventions and supports. we did that for parents. We also host some special events like anti-bullying week, college fairs, resource fairs.
Unity Day.
Yes, thank you. Unity Day. We tend to host that yearly. So this is a very short summary that doesn't include everything, but we really do cover a lot.
Okay. So often people say, okay, fine. Why would I send my child to MSAD? What is so special about MSAD? So here is a slide about that. What makes us unique and special? We have direct instruction in ASL. We have that direct instruction. It doesn't have to go through an interpreter or have a third party. It's teacher to student and student to student. Sometimes people might be worried about their child not knowing enough ASL or not being ready. We do provide interpreting support until that student is ready, until their ASL skills are met, or they can have some ASL mentoring to bring up their skills. And when they are ready to be independent, then we can stop those services. We don't just throw them in there to fend for themselves. We absolutely support them along the way. We want them to feel confident and independent. All teachers have a master's in deaf education and specialized instruction in their fields. Some examples are like science. We have people who specialize in science, social studies, math. So each teacher has their own specialty areas. Students maybe who are struggling or need more support, we absolutely welcome them after school or in the evening time. The dorm has an education center, and we believe strongly in providing everything to help a child succeed. Deaf and hard of hearing role models. Sometimes maybe a child doesn't have anyone who is deaf in their life. And so providing that role model, seeing what, somebody who is deaf and hard of hearing can accomplish in their life can be really important. We also have a small class size, more one-on-one instruction, more group discussion, so students can feel like they get a lot of attention in their classes. Teachers and staff often are their case managers, which means that they work heavily with the families. They're in contact with them so they can really help that child succeed. And we also encourage students to become critical thinkers, to be innovators. We encourage them to share their ideas and what they want, what they're passionate about. We don't just tell them no or you can't. We really try to encourage them on how to solve their problems when they encounter them. And I think that's really nice. Here at MSAD, we provide the option to live in the dorm, and we have many different activities. Like you just saw, the dorm has a lot more activities that students can be involved in. Students who come to MSAD have the opportunity to socialize and be with other deaf schools as well through those sporting and academic competitions or international travel. They can really connect and meet with other deaf students around the country. So now we'll open it up for any questions or comments or anything you're wondering about. Feel free to come on and ask any questions you might have.
All right, well, thank you so much. We'll stop the recording here. And then if you want to stop sharing your screen, Lisa, and then we'll open it up for more questions.